I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record News Watch. They say they no longer wanted to sit idly by as idling trains spew out noxious smoke and fumes into their neighborhood. That's the contention of a group of residents in Middletown's Lafayette Avenue, Hill Street area, who now have Senator Charles Schumer on their side. Residents say Middletown and New Jersey Railroad freight cars owned by Regional Rail sit idling behind Lafayette Avenue for hours on end and pollute the air. The plea to the senator came after they say calls to the railroad to rectify the situation fell on deaf ears. Schumer says he'll press the railroad to find another idling location.
If the company doesn't voluntarily step up and find a new place for these smoke sputtering machines, I will then ask the Federal Railroad Administration to launch an immediate safety investigation. So they have a choice to do it on their own, but if not, I'm going to call the FRA, which has jurisdiction over our freight railroads, after them.
And it's not a NIMBY issue. It's a matter of being a good neighbor, and the railroad at times is not being a good neighbor, and they have other options. So
we're trying to work with everybody. We're not against the railroads. My grandfather was a railroader. We just want to keep a nice neighborhood and a quiet neighborhood and be able to breathe the air and be able to sleep at night.
Shaw says the air and noise pollution problem's been going on for years. Senator Schumer's letter sent out today calls on Regional Rail to move the idling freight cars to a non-residential part of their track system. Funeral services will be held Thursday, June 20th at West Point for Lieutenant Colonel Jamie Leonard, the Warwick native who was killed last weekend while serving in Afghanistan. Lieutenant Colonel Leonard graduated from Warwick Valley High School in 1992 and from West Point in 1997. She and two others were shot and killed on an Afghan Army base by a man in an Afghan Army uniform. Her awards included 3 Bronze Stars. Funeral services will be held at the West Point Chapel. Burial will be at West Point Cemetery with full military honors. State police investigators say he was growing marijuana, a lot of it. A search of a residence on Ryder Road in Narrowsburg turned up what police say was a large-scale marijuana grow operation, and it's led to the arrest of 38-year-old Vladimir Ignatenov. The resident of Liberty has been arraigned on charges of first-degree criminal possession of marijuana and unlawfully growing cannabis. More than 100 pot plants were recovered, along with more than 10 pounds of processed marijuana. He said something after he saw something. The passing motorist who spotted a suspicious man standing in front of a garage at a residence in the neighborhood off Old Route 17 in Ferndale. He called police, and responding officers with the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office caught 2 men in the act of a break-in where several small antiques had been stolen. 18-year-old Michael Galicia of Ferndale and 20-year-old Jeremy Rodriguez of the Bronx were charged with burglary and grand larceny. Rodriguez has a pending case in Bronx Criminal Court involving an attempted murder and assault. In Ulster County, a grand jury's indicted the Marbletown man who was arrested in March for hitting a police officer with his car and then leading officers on a lengthy vehicle chase. 31-year-old Adam Voss was named in a 6-count indictment charging him with assault and resisting arrest. The officer he struck, along with another officer injured during his apprehension, were not seriously hurt. Voss was taken into custody after his car hit a tree in the town of Rochester, more than 8 miles from where the chase began. What does the future hold when it comes to area farming? New farms are smaller these days, more diversified and less specialized, making profitability more attainable. Future is much cloudier for the region's dairy farms. Bill Johnson's son Phil now runs the family farm in the town of Goshen. Bill says the dairy industry remains in peril because of milk pricing.
In the past, it hasn't covered the cost of production, and I don't think it does yet. Everything else has gone up, but the price of milk has held steady due to political involvement. The government controls the price, and this is what we just can't continue producing at a loss. The only ones that can run a business at a loss is the government. We can't do that, private enterprise.
Reporter James Walsh takes a look at the potential fade out of our dairy farms as well as our farming future in a report you can read in this Sunday's edition of the Times-Herald Record. The decision was made to hold the event today, Flag Day. About 40 new U.S. citizens took the oath of allegiance at noon today at the historic Ulster County Courthouse in Kingston during a naturalization ceremony, giving them the rights and privileges afforded most Americans at birth. Participating in today's ceremony, members of Kingston American Legion Post number 150 was purposely scheduled for Flag Day, which honors the 1777 anniversary of the adoption of the United States flag. And Robert and Alice Whedon will be celebrating an incredible milestone Saturday, their 82nd wedding anniversary. The town of Minisink couple tied the knot way back on June 15, 1931. Alice celebrated her 101st birthday last month. Robert turned 100 back in December. All of us here at the Times-Herald Record wish the Whedons a very happy anniversary. We deserve it. The sunny weather we'll enjoy this weekend after all the rain this week. Saturday will be sunny and warm with the highs around 80 degrees, a perfect day to enjoy the outdoors. Sunday will be partly sunny, and there's the chance of a late day shower or thunderstorm Sunday, Father's Day. Temperatures will reach the upper 70s. We'll get caught up on all that's happening by reading the weekend editions of the Times-Herald Record, and breaking news is just a click away right here at Record Online. For Record News Watch, I'm Tracy Baxter.